So MOP is a chatbot that has the ability to remember the things it says or discuss with you. Let's get in there and let's see how it goes. So your first encounter MOP, you put your name, and then after that you're brought to this place where you get to choose whether you're male or female. But once you get in, you go into this chat room where basically you get to ask any question that you want. So it goes ahead, go ahead and ask me any question with a period or question mark. So when you say how are you doing, it goes I'm doing good. Well, I was not really looking to, I'm not looking to read out what it's saying. You could always pause it and read what it's saying, but there you go. So like here you can see that when I said nice, um um what do you know, it was able to pick out the nice part and say thank you, and then list out everything it knows. And for everything it knows, I'm gonna actually put that in the, you know, comment side below. But you could also read this on the website where it goes like it knows how to go into the environment and stuff like that and all this kind of stuff. So this is me attempting to find out how to pronounce dance, and it actually tells me how to pronounce dance, and it tells me um it's the only word in the that actually has that pronunciation or sound. So now let's go into the learning environment where it helps you to study, you know. So you, for the first choice option, you get to give it a question. What is, like, say, let me use what is a man? Like, what is a car? I can come up with that. What is a chair? Let's go with that. So the answer would be I'm making this up. Don't look it up and try to like, oh, you don't know the definition. I'm just making this as I go. So an object a person can sit on, and then let's add one more question. What is C++? And let's just give it an answer. A low level language for for coding. All right, so now let's attempt to answer those questions. So, um, this time around, let me actually attempt to add what is C++, and it tells you. I think I know the answer. And it basically knows what you already told. It's a learning stuff, so it already knows it's encountered it before. So now actually, what is C++? You say a language that is low for coding, and it says correct, and it says you can see the difference. It's not really comparing word for word. It actually reads through your sentence to see how accurate or how close you are to that answer. So what is a chair? And I'm gonna, like, you see, not the exact same word for word, but it still was able to pick out that your answer was correct. So now this time around, let me just put something that is actually obviously wrong, and you can see that it's actually wrong, not is because it's like trying to, really assume that I'm just coming up with all these things and just making it seem like it picks everything up. So that's that. We're gonna go back to the main menu, and then which is back to the chatting room to just see other stuff that you can do. This is MP attempting to ask me questions, but I'm gonna ignore that and just ask him how many people do you know. Um, it tells me how many people it has actually spoken to, and it's so far it's 67. So it's been able to accumulate this amount of knowledge from this different people. When I log into it as the creator of MOP, I get a different user interface. I'm not gonna do that for this video, but it actually, whenever it's not able to answer a question, when I log into it as the creator of MOP, which you just saw who made it, and it's saying my name, when I log into it, it tells me some of the questions it's encountered that it wasn't able to really make out what it was saying, like what the question should be or how it should go about answering it. Whenever it cannot answer a specific question, it tries to change the subject and ask something else, or try to move away from what you asked them and like basically ask you back, why are you asking me this? So this is me like signing out, so just so and getting back into it. And you could see that when I put Emmanuel back, you could just see that it's gonna remember that we spoke and what day we spoke and what at what time it was that we spoke. It doesn't give the time, but it gives the date that we spoke. But other than that, like when I sign in, it tells me back to what I was saying. Like it tells me what people asked it that it wasn't able to answer. Here you go with all the files that MOP has, and I'm gonna tell you when you're making you should do great at basically putting organizing them well. It comes a long way to help you, but don't be like me. This was done a very long time ago, like in 2013, 2012, just to get better at this whole coding stuff. But when you're doing this, you should always make sure you organize them very well. This was just help me understand C++ and and how it works and stuff like that. I can remember my thinking process when I first made it. Really, it was me trying to use some psychology classes that I've taken and stuff like that. And I was trying to process how languages actually work. So I came to like this understanding that if somebody decides to say something to you, um, how many words are the person supposed to say for you to start picking out what the person actually is trying to say, you know, rather than like just sitting down and being basically ignorant to what they're talking about until they finish what he's saying. And using that thinking process, I was like, okay, if somebody's trying to ask you, what is your name? When you hear name, you can assume that they are trying to ask your name. So in that sense, it doesn't matter how those two words are intertwined. You can just always assume it's coming from the the word of assumption. How fast your brain is gonna work when it's putting things together. So yeah, that was a thinking process when I decided to make create an algorithm to get that to work. Thank you for watching.